Where were you?
Alicent came to Dragonstone. She will open the gates of the Red Keep and surrender to me.
You cannot trust her. The king has abdicated the throne.
A new dawn is coming. A new line of unsullied kings.
You are the Queen of Dragons. You have an absolute power within your grasp.
Soon or late, Rhaenyra will send her new dragons here. It would be the end.
This is the moment you become queen.
And just like that, hype was restored to the realms of gods and men. Welcome, my friends, to the House of Le Dragoon Season 3 teaser trailer breakdown. This will be a short video because not much was shown in terms of detail, just battle scenes and a lot of screaming and crying and hair pulling and sadness. It honestly reminded me of Season 8 all over again, but here's hoping that it doesn't suck as badly as that did. Hashtag, please don't suck. But as always, be sure to like, comment, favorite, subscribe, yada yada, you know the drill, let's just get into it. Our first scene of the teaser is Alicent entering the throne room, and we're thrown in immediately after the last episode of Season 2. Season 3, Episode 1 director Lonnie Peristeer told us to expect this as we're going to go straight into it without any major time skips. I believe it was several days to a week from Season 1's ending to Season 2's premiere, but here it seems to be one day, and it looks like a good chunk of the teaser is from the first episode, because immediately after we're shown Alicent and Aemon in the throne room, and Rhaenyra convening with her council to tell them the plan, which is that Alicent will open the gates to the Red Keep and let their forces flood in and take it. In the books, Rhaenyra and Daemon swoop down on dragons and take the Red Keep, while Goldcloaks, still loyal to Daemon, rebel and help take much of the city. I was hoping we get a scene of Rhaenyra and Daemon on their dragons flying over King's Landing to be the opening of Season 3, as it'd be symbolic to not only how Season 1 began, but also how the opposite of Season 2 started, when she was at her lowest point with the death of her son, and this being her highest, literally above the seat of power that belongs to her. After some shots of Jace telling his mother not to trust Alicent and Baela on Moondancer during a sea battle, we see that Aegon II and Larys have fled King's Landing, with Aemon telling us that the king has abdicated. I was hoping not to see Aegon again until Season 4 to really surprise the audience on when we'd see him again, but it looks like he'll be going directly to the area outside Rook's Rest to get his dragon back, which tracks with another scene later in the teaser when we see Aegon stabbing some random soldier, so it's possible he's there to get Sunfire back from the guys guarding the area. We then see a new dragon belonging to Alicent's younger son, Daeron. I know we're all watching Night of the Seven Kingdoms right now, but trust me, it's a different Daeron than the one we saw there. But this Daeron, again, much younger, and for some reason we don't get to see him in the teaser. We see Hightower soldiers all over the place and the new blue dragon Tessarion, but no Daeron. I wonder if they're saving him for the main trailer to hype him up as like the new wild card for the war and for the show, but we'll see. After some quick shots of Vhagar lighting up soldiers at Harrenhal and Rhaenyra looking shocked, we get a close-up of Daemon ready for battle and then the aftermath of that battle. I imagine this would be him in the Riverlands fighting with the forces he's gathered from last season. One of the earliest photos they released for Season 3 showed Daemon and Oscar Tully looking at something horrific on the battlefield. I'm expecting and hoping Daemon does more this season than hallucinate on shrooms, but his experience at Harrenhal may have dulled him as a character a bit. We like Daemon because he himself is so unpredictable, but because of that White Walker vision, he's kind of decided to stop being a brat and start getting in line. I'm a little torn on this, but we'll discuss that in another video. After a few more battle scenes, we see Criston Cole, who looks so done with this war. One of the best character turnarounds I've seen from this show is Cole from last season going from a cocky asshole to a shell-shocked soldier just done with it all. But I gotta say, this scene here with the footprint, I love it. I love when the dragons get that Jurassic Park feeling to them, showing them off like monsters out of a horror movie that you should be afraid of. One of my favorite scenes of all time in the entire series has got to be the moment Luke sees Vhagar off in the distance at Storm's End, when it is rainy and stormy army, and I hope they keep doing that for Season 3. But after a cool shot of Caraxes on the field and more battle scenes from the Velaryons and House Stark forces, we see Hightower soldiers getting ready to defend the Iron Throne, and then Daemon coming in and fighting them. Again, if we're going by the book, Daemon will 100% be with Rhaenyra when she heads to King's Landing, and Alicent will most likely be the one that leads these soldiers to their deaths by having the gates opened. This was a question I often saw last time about why doesn't Rhaenyra and the others just fly their dragons there and take it? They could, but then they'd be at the risk of the ballista fire, plus you need to go inside and not only remove soldiers who could still be inside, and that can pose an issue, but also could sound the alarm, send out alerts and messages, and make the whole process difficult for everybody on the ground without dragons. Dragons are there for destroying things and taking down armies, and plus, you gotta keep the Red Keep intact. You can't really destroy it, because remember, you gotta save the destruction of it for Season 8. After a quick shot of Alicent cautioning Aemon that they're about to be outnumbered, we finally get a shot of the sea battle book fans have been waiting for, the Battle of the Gullet, with Jace on his dragon participating. Frankly, we don't have enough sea battles in the series, and showrunner Ryan Condal promises this will be an epic one, so here's hoping it lives up to the hype. We close out the teaser with Rhaenyra banging on the door in anger as quick shots of Criston Cole in battle. It looks like he doesn't have his armor on, so it's likely that they got ambushed. Aegon looking up at something, likely his own dragon. Corlys also looking up at something, possibly Jace or Baela on their dragons. And Alicent looking horrified, likely watching someone she knows be killed due to Rhaenyra's forces coming into the Red Keep. We close out the trailer with Daemon all bloodied and Rhaenyra in tears. I think book fans know exactly why, and I won't spoil it for the show-only fans, but I think I figured out what will happen in the first few episodes. Since this show runs on everything being just misunderstandings, what's likely going to go down is the Gullet happens in the first episode or the second, someone close to Rhaenyra dies, and despite Rhaenyra and Alicent coming to somewhat of an understanding in the last episode last season, that'll be shattered by this death at the Gullet, and when they do take King's Landing, they'll do so with such violence in revenge for that death that happened, that'll make Alicent question all of her decisions in the Season 2 finale. I'm expecting the revenge tit-for-tat death to be Alicent's father, Otto Hightower, who we know got captured during the montage in the finale, but we'll see what happens. But guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you caught something I didn't, then please be sure to let me know down below. And also let me know if this teaser got you hyped for the new season. I know Season 2 didn't exactly leave us off on the strongest note, but I do have hope that we can recapture the magic of Season 1 and the earlier episodes of Season 2, but maybe I'm just huffing too much hopium. But really, I do hope that the show gets back to being really good. As much as I enjoyed the first half of the second season, the second half left much to be desired, and yeah, I think we can all agree that when you have one show, Night of the Seven Kingdoms, doing so well, and the second show this year, being House of the Dragon Season 3, doing equally as well, then I think we all win out in the end. Just my opinion. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Have a good one.